Good day friends, today in the serene morning, I take you to Srinivasa Kshetra, an abode of faith, history and scenic beauty. This divine land is home to the Sarvadharma Ashrama, a unique interfaith community that embraces harmony across all beliefs. Situated just beside Belagula village on the Brindavan Gardens road, it lies about 135 kilometers from Bengaluru and just 14 kilometers from Mysuru. A serene blend of spirituality, heritage and the timeless charm of nature awaits here. A beautiful arch welcomes you at the entrance of this sacred land, adorned with sculptures of Lord Bhoga Narasimha, Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Srinivasa. This very soil has witnessed the march of dynasties. Nearly 1700 years ago, under the western Gangas, followed by the Cholas, later the Hoysalas, then the mighty rulers of the Vijayanagara Empire, and subsequently the Vadayars of Mysuru. Each era has left its imprint, adding layers of devotion, heritage, and history to what we see today. Srinivasa Kshetra was never an isolated settlement along the Kaveri in this region. It was once part of the flourishing town of Belagula, located just 2.5 kilometers to the south. To its west, barely a kilometer away, on the southern bank of the Kaveri, lies Balamuri Kshetra, also once a part of ancient Belagula. The very name Srinivasa Kshetra comes from the presence of an ancient temple dedicated to Lord Srinivasa and Lord Bhoga Narasimha. This sacred site, along with its surroundings, must have been a vibrant settlement from as early as the 11th century, as evidenced by the architectural features of the Srinivasa temple, which firmly date it to that period. What we see today is not merely a temple by the river, but the living remnant of a community that thrived here nearly 1,000 years ago. Perhaps it was the gentle yet powerful flow of the Kaveri that inspired rulers and communities to settle here. Her waters have nourished the fertile plains for centuries, turning them into a cradle of civilizations. These fields of green are not just landscapes but living testaments to the bond between nature and people. Every dynasty that ruled Gangavadi, from the Gangas to the Cholas, Hoysalas, Vijayanagara kings and the Vadayars, saw in the Kaveri both a lifeline and a goddess. Even today, as clouds drift above and her waters flow quietly below, the Kaveri continues to nurture the land, carrying with her timeless stories of faith, heritage, and abundance. कावेरी बहती है शांति से, कपास जैसे बादलों के बीच से, जानता सूरज जल और धरती पर सुनहरी छटा बिखेर देता है। एक पल जब नदी, आकाश और धरती एक हो जाते हैं। A newly constructed bridge now connects Srinivasa Kshetra to the Interfaith Community Center. From here, every step offers a sweeping view of the river and the green embrace of nature around it. Walking along this bridge, one feels as if the path itself stretches into the horizon, where the sky bends down to meet the land. It is more than just a crossing. It becomes a quiet journey where faith, nature, and the infinite seem to meet. Crossing the long, new bridge feels like walking toward infinity, each step carrying you deeper into the embrace of river and sky. The breeze brushes past, the horizon stretches wide, and time itself seems to pass. But just nearby lies the old bridge, simpler in form, built with flat poles resting on ancient chuck walls. Walking across it is a different experience altogether. Its modest path leads you to a rocky haven where the Kaveri cascades gently and nature reveals her quieter beauty. Two bridges, two journeys, one reaching out to the vast horizon, the other drawing you closer to the river's timeless soul. एक पुल ले जाता है क्षितिज की ओर जहां आकाश जमीन से मिलता है, दूसरा पुल उतरता है किनारे पर जहां कावेरी की धारा दिल से मिलती है. As I walk across the old bridge, built with flat light poles resting on the chuck walls of ancient irrigation works, it guides me into a serene rocky stretch. Sitting here, one can gaze at the gentle cascades of the Kaveri, surrounded by the embrace of nature's beauty in every direction. On a small rise stands an ancient Shiva temple believed to have been built in the early 19th century. Its walls still carry a striking painting of Lord Shiva radiating divine grace. Within the sanctum, an old sculpture of the sacred Nandi bull sits steadfast, gazing eternally toward the Shivalinga, as if guarding the bond between devotee and deity. During the monsoon, the Kaveri comes alive in all her glory. Here at Srinivasa Kshetra, she gushes with force through boulders and rocks, her currents echoing like a hymn of nature. The air turns vibrant, the land feels refreshed, and the entire sanctuary takes on a magical atmosphere, making it the perfect time to witness her timeless beauty. Flowing eastward through the ancient check walls, the Kaveri creates a gentle, melodious sound, soothing to the ears and calming to the soul. It is in this tranquil rhythm that one finds the perfect setting for meditation and rituals, where nature itself becomes part of the prayer. In Skanda Purana, Matsya Purana and local traditions, Kaveri was originally born as Lopamudra, daughter of King Kavera, or sometimes said to be sage Agastya's wife in human form. She undertook penance and prayed to Lord Brahma, asking to be of service to the world. Brahma granted her the boon to become a river, so she could flow across the southern land and make it fertile. Agastya, the great sage, wanted her immense power to be regulated so it would not flood or get wasted. So, he kept her in his kamandala or sacred water pot. But while he was meditating, Kaveri, out of compassion for the people and earth, escaped from the pot and flowed freely as a river. Some versions even say Lord Ganesha, in the form of a crow, tipped over the Kamandala to release her. So, her transformation was not because Agastya made her into a river. It was her own prayer and boon from Brahma. Agastya only tried to contain and guide her, but her destiny was to bless the land. This is no mere legend. Kaveri truly leaves her blessing. Flowing across these lands, she nurtures countless forms of life. Along her banks, medicinal plants like Bringaraja bloom with their golden flowers, while wild herbs and creepers thrive in her moist soil. Birds, fish, and unseen forest beings all depend on her flow. Every ripple carries nourishment, every curve spreads fertility. She is not only a river, but a mother, sustaining, healing, and rejoicing with all creation that grows along her embrace. कावेरी माता जीवन का सहारा, तेरी धारा में बसा है सारा जग सारा. This Kshetra transforms into the wild imagination of poets, a living canvas of nature. It becomes an inspiration to artists, a retreat for seekers, and a place of unmatched beauty where every gaze feels like a painting come alive. Friends, what we see here in the west is the original Srinivasa shrine built in the 10th century during the Chola rule of Belagola. Its simple Dravidian style Vimana, once weathered with cracks, has been carefully restored in recent years, standing today as a living trace of Chola craftsmanship. To the east of the shrine stands a small dwara or gateway, modest in scale yet characteristic of the simplicity found in early temple architecture. On the southern side of the temple lies a Yagakunda along with a stone structure carved in a floral motif, likely used for placing lamps and camphor during rituals. Historical records mention that the Pakashala or kitchen and the Yagnashala, originally built between 1842 and 1847 AD, later fell into disrepair and were dismantled. Both these additions had stood rather haphazardly, flanking the Srinivasa shrine to its southern and northern sides. On the northwestern side of the Srinivasa shrine stands an Utsava Mandapa, a small square pavilion with a porch supported by two pillars. Built facing the river to the north, it rests on a simple Manchabandha Adhisthana or base. The Mandapa is enclosed on three sides with brick walls and notably, it carries no superstructure above it. The Utsava Mandapa, though standing with a quiet grace, longs for kind hands to restore its beauty and spirit once more. The image of Lord Narasimha here rises 5 feet tall, seated in Maharaja Leelasana with 4 hands holding Chakra and Shankha while granting Abhaya and Varada. His lion face glows with a calm dignity, echoing the elegance of Chola art. The crown, richly tiled, and the heavy ornamentation speak of Vijayanagara grandeur. On either side stand Sri Devi and Bhudevi, though Bhudevi's unfinished form reminds us how grace of the Chola blended with the bold strength of Vijayanagara style in this shrine. This temple is a double shrined structure or Twikutachala, built across two different periods. The earliest shrine is that of Lord Srinivasa. In the 12th century, a 16-pillared assembly hall was added, expanding its grandeur. The image of Lord Srinivasa here reflects a beautiful blend of styles across dynasties. Standing 4 feet tall and carved in black granite, its lavish ornamentation recalls the elegance of Hoysala art, yet the calm facial features bear the stamp of Vijayanagara style. It is believed that during the Vijayanagara era, when Vaishnavism was at its height, the older Chola sculpture was replaced with this one. The deity is shown with 4 hands, holding the chakra in the upper right, the conch in the upper left, the lower right in Varada Mudra, and the lower left in Kati Hasta. Every detail is finely worked, the ornaments crisp and elaborate, the conch and discus richly decorated, the two-tiered kirita crowned with delicate beadwork, the folds of the flowing antariya draped gracefully on either side of the body, while the polished finish gives the sculpture a divine radiance. The main shrine and this hall are joined to a small vestibule and an Ardha Mandapa, seamlessly blending sacred space with gathering space. As the entrance of both shrines stand the Vaishnava Dwarapalakas, the divine gatekeepers. Their features echo the same stylistic traits as the main deities within, carrying forward the artistic language of the cult images they protect. So friends, devotees believe that worshipping Lord Srinivasa here brings peace to married life, harmony in relationships, and the blessing of progeny for childless couples. He is the compassionate protector who removes obstacles in family life and grants prosperity. Alongside him is Lord Bhoga Narasimha, worshipped for Manoratha Siddhi, the fulfillment of heartfelt desires. Those who pray with sincerity here are believed to gain strength, courage, and the realization of their cherished wishes. Together, Srinivasa and Bhoga Narasimha embody faith that heals, protects, and fulfills. भारत में हजारों ऐसे स्थान हैं जो कभी राजाओं के सपने थे, लोगों की आस और आस्था का हिस्सा थे. Across India, there are thousands of places that were once the dreams of kings, the hopes of people, and even today we can save them and keep their stories alive. Imagine how much art, history, and heritage we can pass on to future generations if we care for them.